He laughed first. Then the others joined, and finally, her, my wife. I remember the sound, sharp, effortless, almost proud, like betrayal disguised as humor. Her hand brushed his arm when she laughed, the same hand that once traced my jaw every morning before work. I kept smiling. The coworker's words echoed through the room. How does it feel to be a loser? Your wife's the breadwinner of your home. The table burst into laughter again. The CEO smirked. The waiters pretended not to notice. And my wife? God, she didn't even flinch. I didn't defend myself. I didn't need to. I looked straight at the CEO and said, calmly, "How does it feel to know that this loser owns 90% of your company?" The silence that followed was the kind that bends time. He froze mid-smile, her face drained of color. Someone dropped a fork. But to understand that moment, you'd have to know what came before it. She used to look at me like I was her world. When we met, I had nothing but ambition. She loved that about me, said she admired my focus, my drive. We built everything together, or at least that's what I believed. She worked in finance, brilliant and beautiful, and I started a small tech firm from our garage. When it finally took off, I made her the financial consultant. Trusted her with numbers, access, decisions. She was there for every late night, every risk. And somewhere along the way, she stopped being my partner. She became my competition. The first sign was subtle, her phone, always face down. The sudden work trips. The new perfume she never wore for me. Then came the whispers. Mutual friends avoiding eye contact. That awkward pause before answering, "How's she been lately?" The night I found the message, I didn't explode. I just read it twice. "Don't worry, he's harmless. He still thinks you're loyal." From her, to her boss, the CEO. I didn't sleep that night. Didn't confront her either. Anger was too small a weapon for what I wanted. So I planned, quietly. She thought she knew me. Emotional, impulsive, predictable. That was her mistake. I met my lawyer the next morning, told him to start a silent buyout of her company's stock through shell firms. Took months, millions. Patience became my weapon. While she laughed over dinner tables, I sat in quiet meetings. While she traveled for work, I negotiated contracts under aliases. Piece by piece, I stripped her world from beneath her. She thought she was rising, but every step up was one I'd built for her, to fall from. By the time the company dinner came around, I had signed the final document. 90% ownership, undisclosed. I didn't even tell my lawyer the reason. I wanted the surprise to live in her eyes. That night, when the coworker called me a loser, I almost thanked him. He handed me the perfect stage. So I smiled. I turned to the CEO, her secret lover, her boss, and delivered the line I'd been rehearsing in my head for months. How does it feel to know that this loser owns 90% of your company? The words hit him like a slow-motion bullet. I watched his pupils widen, his jaw lock. My wife's laugh choked mid-breath. "That's not true," she whispered. I pulled the folded document from my jacket pocket, just a copy of the stock purchase confirmation, and placed it on the table. "Check the signatures," I said. He did. She did. The silence turned suffocating. Every eye was on us. The coworker who mocked me now couldn't meet my gaze. The CEO's hand trembled around his glass. And my wife? She just stared at the paper like it was a loaded gun pointed at her life. I stood up, adjusted my tie, and said, "You were right about one thing. My wife was the breadwinner." Past tense. Then I walked out. I didn't look back, but I heard her call my name once. Weak, unfamiliar, like a stranger's voice. I didn't stop walking. It's been 6 months since that dinner. The company bears a new name now, mine. She resigned quietly, took a settlement. I let her keep the house. People think revenge feels like fire, like rage. It doesn't. It feels like silence, like calm water after a storm. I don't hate her anymore. I just remember the laughter and the moment it died. That's enough for me.